So my team and I were ran three, even if it doesn't exist really, and I noticed the virtual environmental challenge changed to a virtual societal challenge, so I put it there. So, okay. So this is my team. And so I will present them to you. Then I'll move quickly to weekly tracking, a few adjustments, my perception, and what I will do as a future mentor. So I put a lot of myself into it, quite literally. Bear with me. So this is my team. Mary was definitely the one who was the most motivated because she applied for the Erasmus for next year. So she really wanted to have this experience. And she actually got it. So she is going to Italy next year. And the boys were together in the same class as Lina's and Margot's student too. And the both of them were not less involved, but Mary was definitely like the leader of the team. And yes, they had a lot. They had a lot of problem discussing with each other because the two boys already know each other, and Mary was like the third person. So they had a bit of trouble with that, but I kept encouraging them, and they finally. So a bit of weekly tracking, quickly, of course. So for the first 2 weeks, we set up all of the ideas on the Padlet, and they really like it. And they kept using it. Even if I wanted to use other things, they said, we are doing an ecological challenge and we're talking about ecology. Let's not use a lot of pages. Let's not use a lot of tools and just keep using the same Padlet. For the logo, I show them Canva, and they liked it. So we stayed on it. And what happened was that I showed them how to do it, and they kind of kept my ideas to do their own logo. So it went really quickly. So yes, like I said, we all used the Padlet to do everything, literally everything. So this is the script for the presentation. And when we couldn't meet face to face, we used the virtual word, and I kept the link up there. If they wanted to meet without me, they could, and they did. So we did the same for the Canva. We put the link up there. And after that, we went to work on the trailer, and they really needed a little bit more team sharing. So I just put my own pad on the Padlet and like saying, okay, this is what you have to do it. And they really needed someone they really wanted me to tell them what to do. Yes, it was easier for me as in terms of organization. So this is what happened. After that, the script, every document, every audio and the videos, everything was posted on the Padlets. So every matter was in the same place, and it was easier to make the video. So of course, we had to make a few adjustments because it was no ordinary project, right? So at first, like Margot Lina already said, we went to Mr. Brown classes to recruit the participants. So I would say we did a very good work. And yes, if we could be guru for sects, we definitely could, because we did manage to bring quite a few people to our side. So yes, of course, after speech, eye contact, because the people can't resist eye contact. And cheerful, smiling, of course. So yes, it was a rough start, but being willful is definitely the way. Yes, and we had to be flexible because, well, for 1 week I was away in England, and of course there were like blockers. I don't know if you noticed, but yes, a lot of blockers. And yes, so we met on the work adventure, and we also met at the university. So being flexible is the way. And the third thing is being resourceful, because yes, I noticed that other teachers had the same trouble with the participant not really working between the meetings. So I had to do something. So I put up workshops, which means the participant didn't really need to work outside of the meetings, but we put up longer meetings so they could be working during, and I would have to be there too, of course, to supervise. So the Padlet, I already talked about it, and Canva, and they discovered Genially, and they thought it was genial because everything's already done on it. You just have to add your text and your images. And then there was Movie Maker, which wasn't as hard as it could have been, I guess. Yes, so everything went really well in terms of organization because, well, I'm an organized person and they really had to follow my lead. And I think they really liked that. So that's something. So I'm just going to talk a bit about my own perception of the project. So yes, it was a bit of stressful beginning because at the same time, I was doing the other project with sign language, and it was really starting to drown, and I was really worried. But in the end, we managed to find solution with the other teacher and myself, of course, but working with the participant. So yes, I just wanted to yes, maybe for next year, yes, there's definitely something that we can do, like not recruit first years, because half of the first years that were supposed to participate in our teams just dropped out of university altogether. So that is why it was a stressful beginning, because we didn't have participants. But after that, on it went. And the thing that was the most interesting for me is, of course, I could do something different like in English, but also I really learned something as a person, because I mean, I really encourage them to do this project, this subject about cleaning the mailbox, because this is our group project. It's about cleaning your mailbox because it's polluting also. And I really didn't know anything about it, and I learned a lot. And I think that that is what made this project really worth it for me. And as a future mentor, I have a few recommendations, because I'm definitely going to choose this project next year for the Yumi project. So these are my advice. I don't know if I'm going to change it later on, but for now, this is what I feel like is really important. It would have really helped me if I could have this kind of presentation from the previous years to know what I'm going to do. Yes, I would have liked a bit more of communication with the M2, but it didn't happen. So yes, and also do not hesitate to work with the other teacher, even if you are in competition, of course. And yes, definitely the last thing, do not overcomplicate things. Just do for the simple one. The simple ideas are mostly the best ones. Yes, so this is my team page if you want to check it out, and if you want to remember to delete your mailbox, of course. Thank you.